What's the deal, people? It's your boy Jay. Give it to me. Hey, I'm just showing out right now. Showing out, mess with the soundboard a little bit. Hey, we're going to do something completely, well, I ain't gonna say it ain't completely different, but I made a video about this cat, and he made a video claiming he wasn't going, I'm not saying he said anything about me or whatever. I'm sure he probably didn't even see my little bitty channel, but it's all good. It's out there so he can see it. But he made a video saying that he wasn't addressing no haters or nobody that's talking negative about him or whatever, which I get, because, you know, with our 2 weeks of attention span, you leave stuff long enough, it'll go away. But now here he got other allegations going on about him. But we're going to stick with what we know and what we heard, because what we can prove. Point and shoot. And did a video about him. And then this other dude, I watched it too, where he kind of draws the person that he's talking about as he discussing stuff about him. He draws him like I guess like CAD, like computer-aided drafting type of deal, to give you a visual as he talking, to keep your mind and your eyes occupied, which I thought was pretty dope. He a smaller channel too. I don't think nobody in this whole thing as small as me, but I ain't tripping. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'll get there. But anyway, we talking about Flakko. I don't know if I know black people are very forgiving people, and we usually take on a lot of people's demons and make them our own, and very forgiving as a people. But I'm not sure about this one yet, because, you know, with me, in my FBA ties and knowing this dude is an immigrant, his folks is immigrant and all this stuff, and my past history with people like that, you know, I don't know. But I am still a child of God, and I do believe in forgiveness. And if the man is genuine, he's genuine. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did watch this interview. They called it, I don't think it was a debate. I think so is a conversation between Jew Almighty and Poetik Flakko. Well, Jew Almighty was holding his feet to the fire and calling him out. Now, I did listen to it earlier while I was working, but I already had some stuff formulated in my head that I wanted to add, so that I wanted to add to. So I'm not flying blind on this one. So we'll see if this make my comments a little better or more frequent or what. I don't know. We learn this thing together, y'all. We learn this thing together. Without a ramble for 2 minutes already, almost 3 minutes. So anyway, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna watch it together. I'm gonna stop as I need to. We're gonna go through what I feel and what I see. And you know, not that it matters to nobody outside of maybe me and you, since you took time to watch it with me. But like always, like, share, and subscribe. The original link to the original video is down in the description. You're gonna watch it without me. But what would you do that for when you can watch it with me, baby? And remember, we in this thing together. So let's run it up and get these numbers up. All right. All right. Other than that, I ain't gonna hold y'all, because this thing is an hour and some change long. So it's gonna be a little long one, but we're gonna get through it together. And let's see what's going on with Flakko.
Yeah, facts. Nah, I
We
think we're
on?
live.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're live, man. Yo, like this is like 4K. I fuck with this angle. You feel
Yeah,
me?
the quality is definitely different. All right, so we live chat. What's up? I know y'all been in here waiting. I appreciate y'all for
Yeah, because we moved it up, so that's my fault. So I don't want for me, you feel me, right? Like we moved it up from it's supposed to be 10, but we like moved it up to
hold on,
what's up?
Flakko. I'm getting an echo.
Oh, Whirly?
My bad. I was getting the echo. Yeah. Like Flakko was saying, we moved it up. It was supposed to be 10.
Yeah.
Appreciate the schedule shift. Appreciate everybody for being here. Chat, y'all go ahead, have your conversation. We're going to kick this off. What I want to do is just basically set the stage from jump, from where this whole thing started, from my role in it. I think it was Saturday. I saw a video came on my feed from Doku D. Shout out to him. I mentioned him in the initial video. That video,
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, he's a smaller creator. No disrespect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. I did see his video too. I saw Point and Shoots first, and then I saw the Dope D video as well. And that kind of put me on the radar. Now I did see Flakko earlier on Adam 22, you know, doing some of that grift and stuff. But I'm gonna let them get into it. I already know what I want to say, but I'm gonna let them get into it so y'all can get the fat of the situation and everything. Some of y'all who might not know exactly what's going on, and then I come in with mine, you know, in and out doing the video. All right, my bad, y'all. Let's go.
We all started off small.
Facts.
But he made
We're all
a
small,
really
to be
good
honest.
video. Correct. He made a really good video just addressing from him. He said he became a fan and a sub to your channel during the Chud the Builder saga, like a bunch of people did. And he saw, I think it was 2 videos by Point and Shoot, which addressed a lot of anti-blackness, a lot of disrespect to the black community, a lot of glazing white supremacy and Trump and Nick Fuentes and the Proud Boys and all of that. He didn't include all of that in his video, but he just kind of addressed it on a surface level, which made me then do a deeper dive into the Point and Shoot videos, which I'm gonna just be honest with you, as a black American that loves black people, that's raising black babies, that love black women, was very disturbing to see you just blatantly disrespect black people in the black community. I mean, it was kind of like egregious. You talk shit about the black community. You refer to us as Negroes nonstop, which is crazy because I haven't heard Negroes since white people was yelling that shit in the 1960s. You know, you wish death on black people nonstop. You said you hate niggas. You were glazing a racist white dude that was saying the N-word and saying he's the realest white boy ever.
Nick Fuentes or
no, not Nick Fuentes. It's crazy. There's 2 of them, but not Nick Fuentes. It was the other another white guy. I can show you the clip. And then it was, I mean, it goes on. You wrote in a comment section calling black people pookies and talking about us standing in welfare lines and Section 8 lines, just straight anti-black disrespect, which again is disturbing for a lot of people that know you now, that see you now, and you're super pro-black, super supporting the black community against people like Officer Tatum and Candace Owens and all these people when you literally sounded like them 6 months, a year ago. It's very disturbing for a lot of people in my community and out there just in general. So I guess real quick, just to finish setting the stage. I dropped a video based off what I saw from Doka D's video, from Point Shoot's video.
I seen the last video. Sorry. So no. Sorry. So sorry if I'm like a tad bit like kind of like behind. So I seen the last video, but I am aware of the narrative, right? So right, like if you reference something from the first video, and like you feel me, and like I'm like a tad bit like behind, is I'm playing right is because I seen the second video, which is the.
Now let's be fair. If I got any viewers that don't too much know, Flakko is the guy on the left. I mean, I'm sorry, on the right, and he does have a stutter, so don't use that against him as guilt or something. He not really saying he didn't do anything. But his explanation for some things he did, I found, was a little lacking. But he does have a stutter, so don't use that against him. You know, that people can't do nothing about stuff like that. You know, this is how he was born, and he working through it. Actually, I think he's doing pretty good at it because he used to stutter real bad when you watch him on No Jumper. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention that he does have a stutter. So don't say, oh, he lying because he's stuttering, because that's not the case. He does. It's a speech impediment. All right.
The last one, right?
Okay, I'll completely stay off the first video. So if we just go to the second video.
No.
It's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
So if we just go to the second video, right? My response, the second video I made, which I wasn't even going to make a second video, but the second video I made was in response to your apology, which in my opinion was a big ass non-apology. You addressed being a conservative. You apologized for people being offended by some vague things that they may have been offended by. But in fact, the criticisms of you, Flakko, were for you being anti-black, you shitting on the black community, you aligning with white supremacists like Nick Fuentes, Trump, the fucking Proud Boys, you glazing Trump, who is the most unlike president in modern American history, which makes it look even crazier because it seems like you switched up when it stopped being cool to be MAGA.
Well, no, because in so like just a clip actually from 2024, right? When I left LA and then came back. while Trump was running against Kamala, like, right? And there's clips of me on like Don't Jumper News where I'm saying I'm voting for Kamala, right? And this was like 2024, right? But bro, so so that one, and then, oh my God, and then the second one, which is like the with the death of porn rappers. So again, like the specific people that I wish death upon, I think it was Future, it was the street rappers. And the reason why I took a stance that harsh was because my thought process was these people are leading our youth to a graveyard or jail. So my thought process was, again, and it might have been harsh as well, was I'm wishing the exact same thing upon them that they're causing to other black men and to our youth, right? Now, I do understand, like, out of context, like, that might be harsh, right? But that was my mindset. You feel me, right? With like Nick Fuentes, bro, listen, bro, again, I completely dropped the ball. The Nick Fuentes stuff, I think, was like 2022, 2023, right?
Okay, wait. So if the Nick Fuentes was in 2022, 2023, you said in your apology video that your wake-up call was the rise of white supremacy and white Christian nationalism.
Yeah, of course.
What's the timeline of that? Because 2023 and 2022, Nick Fuentes came out in 2017.
Yeah, of course.
The Groypers was out in 2017. The fucking insurrection, January 6th, was 2021.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Stephen Miller got exposed for having white supremacist emails on his server or database in 2015, 2016. And that expose came out in 2019, which means you were fully aware that white supremacy was on the rise, that white nationalism was on the rise.
No, right? But, right? And that's where I take accountability to my brother was, again, bro, like, even if you watch that, like, if you watch that Nick Fuentes stuff, like, you can clearly hear it again, bro. Like, again, I was like completely like uneducated, ain't really know what's going on. With the Nick Fuentes stuff, again, I dropped the ball completely because, again, I heard about Nick Fuentes, I think in 2022 when he did, like, I think like Abba and Preach, when he did like Fresh and Fit, and during that interview, right? I asked those questions of, hey, are you racist? Hey, do you say the N-word, blah, blah, right? And he did a very great job at evading and concealing his intentions. I dropped the ball. I should have been, again, more educated. I didn't know who Stephen Miller was in 2019. Again, there's no excuse. I dropped the ball and I was wrong. I was uneducated about a bunch of this shit, my brother, right? And that's on me for speaking on shit that I was unaware of, right? Like, I dropped the ball, right? And I do apologize for that. But right hand of God, I did not know who Stephen Miller was in 2019. I heard about, like, in Nick Fuentes when he did the whole, with the Alba and Preach, with the Aiden Ross, with that whole little, like, I think circuit, right? So again, like, that's my fault for speaking on shit that I was uneducated of. But again, bro, sincerely, like didn't know who these people was in 2019 or 2022.
So the problem for a lot of people,
of course.
These people, I'm just going to speak specifically about Nick Fuentes. I can talk specifically about Nick Fuentes. He has been attacking the black community and shitting on the black community since his arrival in 2017. You can literally just put in Nick Fuentes' name on Twitter in 2 seconds, and his video will come up of him telling white people to avoid black people at all costs, and white people have every justification to be racist against us. So it's hard for anybody to believe that you were unaware of who these people were. But even if we take that at face value.
Wait, right? Sorry. Bro, and during that interview, right? Bro, again, I'll take my L. I tried. He ran circles around me. He ran circles around us. I genuinely tried to pin him on these things, and he ran circles around us, right? And he even, like, and there was an audio like that dropped, I think yesterday or so, right? Where, and he said, yo, I conceal certain, like, opinions of mine to try to blend into, like, the mainstream more, right? and we went for it. We came and unprepared, and he ran circles around us. But if you watch that full-length interview, bro, I did try to ask like about those things. And at every turn, he was lying, being deceptive. Now looking back, he was lying, being deceptive, and damn near denied everything, right? So trust me, my brother. Again, I understand. I was wrong 1,000%, right? Again, bro, like there's no excuse, and there's nothing that I could give right now to justify that, right? All I can say, brother, is I had my wake-up call. I realized my faults, and I try to do better at some point. But that's no excuse for that era. Because again, bro, I was again drastically uneducated. Watch the whole watch the full shit, and you will see me ask those questions and hit run laps. You know?
Okay, so if that's the case with the white supremacy, you had to be aware of who the Proud Boys were, because they did the whole Charlottesville thing, 2020, something like that. You had to be aware of who the Proud Boys were, that they are fully anti-black. They're just a different version of neo-Nazis and the KKK. And you said you support them and you fuck with them because they don't hide their politics, which is insane to say. That's like saying, yeah, I fuck with the KKK because they wear their sheets in public.
Yeah. No, right. And again, man, and that's the uneducated, naive version, right? It's like when people say, yo, I fuck with Trump because he is a known racist who makes it be known, right? It's like kind of like you feel me? It's like the devil that you know is better than right? Again, that's me being naive and saying, yo, these people are open and proud with their racism. I prefer this type and over this. But again, that's the naive me, not fully understanding like what that entails and what that means. And again, and that was a fucked up thing to say. And I was 1,000% wrong. Bro, listen, bro, like I'm not running away from my personal accountability.
If you're not running away from your personal accountability, then why didn't you address that in your apology video, your non-apology video, where you didn't apologize for shit for real? You literally turned the conversation from genuine criticism about the things you could have addressed, which was super disappointing to most people. For anybody that still had faith in you,
of course,
you turned it from that to make it a whole conversation about conservatism, when the criticism was never about you being a conservative or any other black person being a conservative. For the record,
of course.
Nobody conservative, nobody black that's a conservative is anti-black. I get people may not agree with conservatism with black people, but that's like 20% of the black population. It's not a rarity to know black conservatives. So that's never the criticism. The criticism is aligning with Trump, glazing Trump the way you did. You literally, in the video I use, you literally were smiling from ear to ear, glazing him while he was disrespectful to black journalists. What was her name? Rachel Scott, I think. While he was disrespecting her on stage at a black event.
Yeah, right. Facts. So here, right. So, okay. So let me address the first thing you said. You said like with the apology, right? So, right. So, yeah, right. So look, so I didn't see your first initial video, right? Where again, I'm sure you probably like put like and like all those clips in. So in my apology, I think I said, yo, I'm responding back to, there was a few comments in my comment section and in like my live, right, where they say, yo, Flakko, we discovered your like conservative passion like that. So that's what I was responding to. I didn't really get like a chance to see the full complaint before responding. I was responding back to like my chat saying, yo, we found this conservative pass and this conservative pass. And I said, oh shit, fuck. Cool. Let me just first address why I was conservative at some point, right, bro? If I had the opportunity to watch, I guess, like, you feel me, and all the complaints and like all the videos, I would, right? I would have probably addressed them like specifically and you feel me? But like, I never had the opportunity to watch your first video and the rest, right? Cause again, like, I tend to avoid videos, right, where like I feel like, you feel me, like it's a hit piece, right? So I didn't really see like the full complaint or the full things that they were like talking about, but I tried to respond back to like my chat. And again, if I dropped the ball in that regard, I do apologize, right? But bruh, I'm fully sorry for anything that was considered anti-black. That was not my personal intentions. You feel me? Right? At the time, bro, again, I truly felt like I meant well. I truly felt like I had the answers when, bro, I don't got the answers, right? I didn't have the answers, right? And clearly me looking back, right, if I watched in everything I said, I'm sure I wouldn't agree with that era of my life. So, bro, you're 100% right. You feel me, right? Again, it's probably like a best practice to watch the full thing, watch all the complaints, and then respond to them and like individually, but I didn't see those videos. So I didn't quite like have anything to quite like go off of. I was just responding back to my audience saying, yo, we found this conservative path, respond to it, right? And then you feel me? I came online, I think like 30 minutes later after seeing, you feel me, those comments and like responded back. But all the shit, bro, that you just said, again, I 100% apologize for.
So when it comes to content, right? At this point, I mean, you talk about everything on your channel for the most part, but you didn't keep a secret that, you made 100,000 talking about Chud the Builder, and you were very critical about Chud the Builder. You've been critical about Officer Tatum, especially with the Nolan Wells case and all of that. The issue that people have is if you have a history of anti-blackness, if you have a history, literally, I can wishing death on black people, saying you hate niggas, letting a Asian or a Latino or white girl, whatever it is, say the N-word, and then tell her in a group of non-black people, I hate.
My man mouth is dry as hell. Every time he move his lips, sound like Velcro. Bro, get you some water, bro. Calm down. And my whole thing is this. You keep talking about what you didn't know, what you didn't understand, and this dumbtail Nick Fuentes, who's a Mexican, who stands in the gap for my bad Jew for pausing your face like that. That's crazy. But hold on, let me fix that. Okay, they ain't gonna close the mouth because you're talking, but damn. Anyway, you say you let this low IQ Nick Fuentes run circles around you. And if you felt in a way about it, then why you didn't come back and do a piece afterwards to kind of say, hey, these are my actual views without the interruptions, without the whatever. Basically, I'm going to say it like this. The man was grifting and he found out the other grift was easier. I ain't going to say better because the right-wing grifting pays a lot more than the left-wing grift. But the left-wing grift is a lot easier because you check off boxes. You black, per se. You a minority. And there's always some hate there for black people and minorities from all the other cultures. So it's easier to stand up against it. It doesn't pay as much, but I guess it pays more frequently. And if you drop videos like he do, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos a day on the same topic, maybe it do pay as much. Maybe a little bit more work, but it's easier work than having to dig and try to find something. Because when you got these white supremacists and stuff, and these other folks that say that they got black fatigue, which we all know black fatigue is actually black people being tired of white folk. But, anyway, we'll take that back later. Right now, we still working on this N-word, taking it back, because y'all going to stop saying this. And y'all think it's cool, and it's not. We're going to keep popping people in the mouth for saying that mess till y'all figure it out. We're not going for it, especially the FBA. But my point is it's harder for them to find actual true stuff or something that was directly done to them by a black person that they can hang on to and say, hey, see, this is why we don't like these people. So right now, all they do, they all say the same thing. And I've said this on videos before. They all say the same thing. No fathers in the house, low IQ, low impulse control. They play the victim all the time. But my thing is the same people who always talk about black on black crime, these affluent white folks, don't care. They don't care because when a black person get killed, here's I can tell you how they don't care. When a black person get killed by the police, it's never the police fault in their eyes. The police or whoever killed them can never do no wrong. It's always an excuse for one of us being killed. So that lets you know right there that they just don't care for black folk. So if you don't care for black folk on that level, then you don't care about us running around the neighborhoods killing each other. You don't care about us going in stores that we can access and stealing stuff. You don't care. You just say it because you have nothing else to talk about, and it's projection because you really see it in your own people. You know your own people ain't worth a damn, but y'all got to throw it off on somebody else to make it just feel better. And because you ain't got nothing else to talk about. And you know that the poor white folk feel like they better than the richest black man. So y'all hang on to that mess. Flakko saw that mess. He was hanging around Adam 22 and the mother folks when he was in California. And he tried to hitch his horse to that wagon. But then he found out that he got to talking about them gang members and all that stuff. And so he was like, okay, I gotta get up out of here. So he tried to keep it going long enough to where he can make some of that right-wing money off of it. But then he found out because he was talking about selling his soul and some more stuff. Talking about he was offended that they even asked. They should have just did it. Should have just told him what they wanted to do, and he'd have been all for it. But crazy thing is I don't know what that was about. But yeah, so he tried to let me get back on track. He tried the right-wing grift. It was a little hard for him. Even though he was in the right places and stuff, he may have seen the writing on the walls that they really wasn't going to accept him no way. And it switched over to the left. He claimed there was something happened there where he switched over. I had never seen it. He never really explained it so far. Maybe he will later, but like I say, I think it's just a grift both ways. And he understands that black folk are very forgiving. But I don't know, Flakko, you gotta do a little bit more work, bro. You gotta do a little bit more work to get back in. Let's see what else going on.
Hate niggas too. We all hate niggas.
But to be fair though, with no, right? Look. Like that stuff again, brother. Like again, there's no excuse for it. Again, I'm not arguing this. There is zero excuse for it. I was wrong for that. Now, the wishing death upon black folks, I do want to say this again. That was very specific to who I believe were street rappers and people who I believe was leading our youth down, to death and a graveyard. And I was wishing that upon them, the exact same thing that their music was enacting upon the youth. But the other stuff, again, you are 100% right, bro. Listen, I'm not here to make excuses for it, brother. Like, I'm here to listen and learn. You feel me? Right? Again, I was wrong 1,000%.
Okay, so the definition of a grifter, by definition,
of course,
is a con artist or swindler, someone who tricks people out of money or property through fraud, lies, and clever deception, which I think people at this point would view you as a grifter based on your very recent anti-blackness and white supremacist alignment. So again, when you're talking about people like Chud the Builder just got out and made a video about him. You're going to make more videos about him because now he's out. He's going to be live streaming talking about stuff. Officer Tatum is going to continue his raccooning and tap dancing.
And he just did some, and like earlier today though. Nah, but bro, like with again, if people want to call me a grifter, again, I cannot argue with them for having their opinion based on what they saw, right? Completely understood. But again, I made videos about Chud, like first, right? Because again, I disagree with that man going around calling black folks the N-word with the hard R, right? I made videos about Tatum because I disagree about his stance on Nolan Wells, right? I think Nolan Wells was murdered, right? Like, again, and these two things weren't like overly like strategic things. No, like I believe that Chud the Builder, right, was wrong, right? I disagree with like that behavior. I disagree with Tatum and what he did. So I'm making videos on what I disagree upon.
But the hypocrisy is you disagree with Chud the Builder, for instance, being a white guy going around saying the N-word, but you supported a white guy saying the N-word when you wore no jumper. It doesn't. So again, the alignment is off.
No, right? No facts. But people grow, right?
I've never experienced that. I've never let a white person say the N-word around me. I've never supported a white person say the N-word around me. I've never supported anybody that was against my people, which is the reason that a lot of black people vote Democrat, because Republicans are overtly just out front racist. So
yeah, no, listen, no, bro, look, you're not wrong. Again, I'm telling you, again, people grow. I was 100% wrong, right, for everything that you just said. But I'm telling you, I made a video about Chud, right, because I disagreed with him going around calling black people the N-word, right, bro. I had my personal wake up call, and I educated myself, right. So again, these are not like overly like you feel me, like calculated things, right, like. I disagree with Chud, so I talked about Chud. I disagree with Tatum, so I talked like about him, right? And those were my personal disagreements, right? So again, like, if folks do want to say, hey, man, I think you a grifter, proof to us you're not, that comes with time. Like, I'm not arguing with that, right?
You don't think that comes with actually addressing what people are calling you a grifter for, though? If anybody was calling me a grifter or bringing up old footage or talking about old things I said, it's literally writing.
I'm doing it right now, though.
Writing.
It's
literally writing that black people were pookies and we were standing in welfare lines. Right by the way, I think, and that article, by the way, was what I think. This was like 2017, 2018, right? I think, like, right, bro, like, I was damn near first out of high school, bro. Again, that was me at I think like 19, 18 years old, bro, like, I've evolved as a person. There's no excuse for that. But again, right? Again, I'm here to address it, but I'm saying is this. If people say, yo, Flakko, I think you a grifter, fuck you. And I'm saying, listen, I understand. Trust me. I'll be skeptical too. I understand, right? Like, my job, brother, is to do better, and that comes with time. I'm not here to say, hey, man, F you guys. No, listen, I understand how people view me. I understand how it looks. I'm here to hold myself accountable and say, hey, I'm going to do better. I can't take back what I did in the past in terms of, again, at I think like 18, at like 18, 19 years old, right? Thinking, right, that I was writing, about like a solution, right? Again, I was young and dumb thinking, right, that the way to like prosper is to grab yourself up and by the bootstrap, not understanding that shit don't work, right? So again, like, that's me saying, yo, I was young, dumb, and uneducated. I take responsibility. If folks want to say that I'm a grifter, I understand. All bro, like, I can do is take accountability and say that comes with time, but I'm here to address it, which is why I'm here, right? It's to address it. Yo, listen, I fucked up. I apologize to my people, right? There's no excuse that I could give for it. I'm here to say, yo, I woke up and time will tell, right? Like, what my character is. For me, just from the general comments and stuff that I've been reading, some of the chat, all of that, taking accountability means taking accountability. I'm gonna just put this in the simplest terms for the chat and everybody else. For my kids, if I punish my kids and I'm wrong, or I overreact in the punishment, or I snap on my kids, I literally sit down with them and be like, I am sorry for snapping on you. You didn't deserve it. This is how I feel. It won't happen again. You did not address anything on your own, not without being called out, not without point and shoot video. So I feel like if you made a drastic turn, which is very drastic, to go from pro MAGA, pro Trump, pro white supremacy, pro Proud Boys, to all of a sudden being against all of those things and now calling out people like Chud the Builder, I feel like there should have been a time for, as much as you're online, you do a lot of content, where you say, you know what? I had an awakening. My political alignment changed. I realized these people are my enemies. You never addressed anything. You just popped up when the money was good to be anti-MAGA.
Well, again, that's not true. Though. If you watch my content, bro, right, bro, I've talked about me being pro-Trump at some point and then turning pro-Trump, even on No Jumper with those clips, right, bro? And on the Thursday show, bro, like there's multiple times where I came on and spoke on why I've turned against Trump, like, right, like why, like I'm supporting Kamala. So again, this was like again.
Her name is Kamala. I'm so sick of this Kamala shit. Her name is Kamala. Now, I ain't saying it because I'm pro Kamala or against Kamala. Her name is Kamala. It's not hard to say. It's not. I did vote for her because I damn sure wasn't finna vote for this fool, and I wasn't finna not vote because my daddy had a point in time that he couldn't vote. So he fought to be able to vote. I ain't saying I was 100% happy about her, but she was the better of the two. And her name is Kamala. But let's get back to this.
And it was like a slow turn, but like even in like my videos and on my channel, bro, I've spoke on like, yo, I was once this, I once believed this. I had to have a wake up call once, again, a click to me that is not about policies. These people don't want to see people like me exist. And that was my wake up call, right? So again, I have discussed it. Now, in terms of the actual apology, I dropped the ball in that regard because I rushed after seeing my fans leave a comment saying, yo, address your conservative past. I came on and addressed that.
Now, that's my thing with that. You can't drop the ball when you're apologizing. Instead of doing all this dancing around and around and around to try to make these points, just say, hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Y'all got me. I was dead wrong. I'm sorry. It won't happen no more. That could have been the end of all of it. That could have been the end of all of it. To jump all down in the weeds with this man about things he said and done and all that stuff, that's just not me. I don't have time for it. I mean, I understand they're doing it for content, and I should be doing it for extra content. But in my opinion, he done said that he was wrong. He said that you was right 1,000 times. If he's sincere, we're going to find out one way or another. It's just that. I mean, but to go around and point out individual things he said, and when he's trying to blanket apologize for it, I don't know what that's going to accomplish. I mean, holding his feet to the fire about individual things he said and did, I just honestly don't know what that's going to accomplish. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. I mean, it's that man's platform. You can question him how you want to. I mean, it's the reason he reached out to you and didn't reach out to me. One, nobody knows who the hell I am. But, I mean, I'm here and I'm working. Y'all might be like, man, nobody care about what you do. I don't care. Somebody gonna watch this and get something out of it. And if they don't, oh well, they can't say I didn't do it. But I think at this point he should just apologize because he act like he don't know some of the things he said. So maybe he was just, well, if he just running past stuff as if he don't realize what he was doing or saying, that just further shows that it was actual grift. He just did it because it was the thing to do. He was on some Charleston White shit. And you see where he going right now. You see what he got going on right now. And I ain't talking about him being locked up right now. I'm just saying that he got nothing going for himself. And Dewberry was on Say Cheese, and I need to do that video too. And pretty much said, hey man, you need to calm down. You got me out here butt naked, bro. I ain't got a stick on me. I ain't got nothing. You're going to get us killed for some of this stuff you're saying. Which I can understand. But Flakko just address it. Be real about it. Be sincere about it. And get pushing. Keep going.
I probably should have watched like your video if I knew about it and other videos, right? And say, yo, listen, I seen this, and then go through like each and every point. For that, I own up to it. I dropped the ball, right? I do apologize for that, right? But again, man, I'm here to address it now, right? But yeah, brother, like again, if I would have saw it, I would have addressed every point. Right.
Okay.
But
so
I didn't see it. No,
there's another thing. So when it comes to being black and proud and loving blackness and being pro-black, it is the appreciation of everything that makes us us. Sure. So when you're on these videos and discussing white people the way that you do, it is harmful to black people in general. When you're saying stuff like this comment, because it's basically taken directly off the video, that good white skin, that good white man, white beautiful face, white skin, be proud, and talking about, yeah, this good white man going to give us money, willing to sell your soul to white people. Again, it puts back in context of the grifter label, because how can anybody believe anything that you say being genuine if this is how you look at white people, who not all white people are bad, but when we're discussing white supremacy, it's white people.
Yeah. Like, here, Russell, look, and to be fair though, like, if like you like watch my live streams, right? Even like before the situation, like things like the good white man and God bless the white man, right? Like, again, like those are things that like I kind of use like tongue in cheek. So like, again, is you feel me? Like, and it's like hard for me to like distinguish between, like, for example, right? Like there's like 1,000 clips, right? Of me saying, yo, like good white man, right? Those are things that I say in tongue in cheek, right? Like, right? And like, I've said those things like on my live stream, like as recent, I think, as this week, right? Again, in like a tongue in cheek, right? Like, and like, you know, in like a tongue in cheek, like, you know, like joke like sounds bad, right? But like, yeah.
Say tongue in cheek again.
Yeah, right? Like, you feel me? Like, God bless the white man, right? You feel me? Right? Again, like I've said those things in my videos.
Directly comes from Uncle Ruckus, who did nothing but praise white people,
and that was the point, though.
Black people. You understand why that's a harmful point to be making, especially on a white platform. No Jumper is owned by a white dude.
Listen, fair, you not wrong. I thought it was funny in a moment. Now looking back, it's not, right? Bro, listen, bro, you not wrong, and you won't get any arguments from me, right? I'm just telling you, like, at that point, like, shit like, oh, God bless the white man, good white man, right? Like, those are things that I just, you feel me, like, found like tongue in cheek, right? But again, looking back, you know, it was poor taste. You feel me? Yeah, you feel me? Right? Like, you know, like, you're not wrong, but that was just me, again, being tongue in cheek, you know?
Okay, so I want to rewind a little bit. In your apology video, which was specifically about
wait. Sorry. For y'all who to watch my channel, I do stutter, by the way. So that's sorry.
So in that video specifically, you referenced your father, who is a staunch conservative. My question is, which was my question in the video about the apology, is your father anti-black? I really want to know where the anti-blackness stems from. We always have these discussions about diaspora, this, that, and the third, and that immigrants are raised to be anti-black and against black Americans. And a lot of that feels like that's where that came from. So is your father, were you raised being anti-black? I get being in North Dakota, being a predominantly white area. But at the end of the day, where did the anti-blackness come from? Because it definitely existed.
Yeah, right. No, bro, listen, bro. Like like, again, like at that time, bro, I truly didn't think I was anti-black, right? I think in reference to the article, right? Like that was me actually trying to do like a poor job at trying to like articulate like what I think was the solutions, right? Now, is my dad anti-black? Like, I'll be real, bro. Like, my dad like left America, in 2012, I think. No, he left between like 2009 and like 2012, right? I don't think he was anti-black, right? Like, and he was like a staunch like conservative, right? Right.
The kids are not.
Oh, sorry.
I'm listening.
Sorry.
I'm here, and the chat is still listening.
Yeah.
Come in if you're coming in.
And he's a staunch conservative.
Come in if you're coming in. I'm so sorry, y'all.
No. You good?
I heard him run down the stairs.
Yeah,
and I heard knocks at the door. My bad. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No. He's like a staunch conservative, right? He's you know, like he's like a Trump supporter, right? But would I say like he's anti-black, like outside of his love for Trump, like, you know, that's probably like the only, you know, like side eye, like sketchy, you feel me? Like, you know, it's side eyeing, right? But he don't live in this country to even like, you know, like be like too tapped in, but he's just a Trump guy, you know?
So I guess my question is, if you displayed anti-black sentiments in videos. You wrote out anti-black stuff, referred to black people as pookies. I assume Ray Rays, because that's the fucking stereotypical hood name thing. Talked about us being in welfare lines, Negro this, Negro that, Negro that. These niggas don't get it. I hate niggas. All of that is the definition of anti-blackness. So from at least what I'm hearing from you, your upbringing could have 100% been anti-black. And you're not acknowledging it because you didn't see it that way, because you didn't see yourself as anti-black. But you still brought that into, again, a white man's company at No Jumper and the content space in general.
Here, look, so like, and I would say like, probably like, again, like my environment probably shaped that, right? Cause again, man, like my dad was a staunch conservative. Like even now, bro, like you feel me? Like I can't say he was anti-black, right? When I think about like anti-black, right? I'm thinking about like things like, hey, don't hang out with those people, right? And he never said that. Or like, hey, those people are lazy. No, right? And he was like, it's weird. He was Pan-African. So that I know for sure. He was like a Pan-African, but he's like a heavy conservative. So I wouldn't say he was anti-black, but he is a staunch conservative. Now, my views, again, man, it comes from like my particular environment. And once I left and got to LA, I think that was when like I began to like slowly shift, because even again, man, back in 2024, my like second year in LA, right? I became, hey, I don't fuck with Trump. Or even back in like 2022, bro, listen, bro, like when I got to No Jumper, the first thing I did was brought on Tariq Nasheed and Young Pharaoh and Rizza Islam, right? So I thought I was doing my part and doing something for my people on that platform by bringing on some conscious brothers, you know?
I hear you. I hear you. I have a very strong disdain for anti-blackness, which is why I don't and will never fuck with anybody like Amru, aka Myron, because he is anti-black without being a black American. That would extend to you. You're from Liberia, but you've displayed a lot of anti-blackness. So I guess my question, which goes back to the apology, which wasn't an apology because it was about something else. My question is, why would anybody black believe you or rock with you or listen to your content critiquing anybody else that's anti-black or racist against us when it seems like you don't fuck with us?
I feel like the people who watch me every day, they know my stances and where I stand when it comes to riding for my people. Now, if somebody says, hey, Flakko, you have to earn that trust back, cool. I'm not fighting against that, right? But the people who do watch my content, who do watch me every day, they know where and I stands, man. I had the unfortunate experience of having to grow and learn and in the public eye, right? And I grew and I did learn. Again, I don't consider myself an anti-black. I'm not anti-black, right? But I do understand that if somebody, you know, like sees, you feel me, like the clips or the old content, and they say, man, fuck you, cool. I understand and I don't take it personal, right? It comes with time, you feel me, right? I grew, I learned, and the people who watching right now, they know, you know?
So just going back to the timeline, you were very MAGA supportive, white supremacy adjacent supportive, pro Nick Fuentes, even though you said you didn't know what he was about, all the way up to what point exactly?
Bro, here. But even during the film, like the Nick Fuentes interview though, I try to press him on the things that I thought like actually mattered. He just ran circles around me, right? So bro, man, listen, man, I do implore people to watch the full thing. I did ask these same questions you're asking right now. I did ask, but again, I was uneducated and he ran circles around me, right?
See, the issue with that is I remember that timeline. I remember the circuit that Sneeko took Nick Fuentes on, because Sneeko was the one platforming Nick Fuentes, who was banned everywhere at that time.
Yeah,
he did the talk with Gideon and Destiny. I mean, he did a bunch of talks. And at that time, Nick Fuentes was not hiding who he was. He
did though. Watch that interview though. Again, Nick Fuentes lied. Listen, he lied to our faces during that interview, right? But again, we were not equipped with the information we have right now. But if you watch that interview, I asked those questions and he lied. And he even would and he would tell you that his strategy was during that circuit was to conceal the opinions that he believed was polarizing and over the top.
He was on stream saying he didn't believe in race mixing, and they clowned Sneeko for defending him because Sneeko is mixed race. So again, I have to take what you're saying at face value, but at the same time, I
asked about that too, though. I asked about that too. That again, that exact thing, right? That exact thing, and again, he ran circles around us, right? And try to give us the most digestible version. Again, I'm not saying I was right for interviewing him, right? But bro, I was asked to do the interview. I came and did it. Probably was not the best idea. I wasn't the most educated, but again, I tried my best and I failed. But dude did admit that during that circuit specifically, when he was canceled, he did come with digestible versions of his arguments, and he fooled a lot of people, right? Again, at that time, my brother, I wasn't educated, and I own it, you know?
I understand you saying you were out of the loop on his content. He spammed the N-word nonstop. You can go on Twitter or any platform that he was still on. He still does it till this day.
Of course,
he spams the N-word, hard R, and black people around him, which I guess in this instance you would be the, I have a black friend that allows me to say the N-word. Which is why racist people like Chud the Builder then think they can say the N-word, which is even more ridiculous, because Chud the Builder looks up to Nick Fuentes. He wants to be Nick Fuentes. He wants to be accepted into the Groypers. Again, it's hard to pull any of this away without seeing the hypocrisy of even platforming somebody like Nick Fuentes back when he was banned everywhere, and that leading to a Chud the Builder who now you're making $100,000 a month off of. It is the definition of a grift.
Again, bro, I definitely understand where you're coming from in terms of it's hard to believe that you changed based on the things that we saw from the past. I'm telling you, when I covered Chud the Builder, I covered it because I believed that Chud the Builder was wrong for going around calling black people the hard N-word and trying to fight them, right? I thought that was wrong, and that's why I covered it. I didn't cover it for any other reason other than I thought he was wrong, right? As a matter of fact, bro, so when I covered Chud, my first couple of videos, on Chud, and I was first, and it didn't really do no numbers, right? It took 4 or 5 months, right? For the entire, you feel me?
Because it was 2 waves of Chud. It was the early wave of Chud, and then he kind of fell off. And then
right? Yeah, right? But those videos were not performing well, but I still did it consistently because, again, I thought what he was doing was wrong, right? So I didn't cover Chud for a grift. I covered Chud because I thought what he was doing was wrong.
You thought what he was doing was wrong. So you thought him walking up to black people, antagonizing black people, and calling them the N-word was wrong.
Yeah.
Again, I just have to question, why is it wrong for Chud the Builder to do that, but you being in a studio with white people saying the N-word is okay?
Again, man, I told you, again, at the time, again, there's no excuse for that era and that time. People learn and grow. Where I'm at right now, that wouldn't have happened, right? Now, look, I'm not saying... I guess
what was the learning and growing that happened? You know what I'm saying? If I learned to grow for something, if I fought all the time when I was younger, my growing experience would be like me probably getting knocked out or hurting somebody seriously. So I'm not going to do it anymore. I guess at what point was the learning and growing? Because people are very much confused about you're learning and growing based on the timeline of events of what you supported, when you supported it, to your instant change up when MAGA became unpopular.
But again, though, it can't be okay. So I came to LA in 2022 by the election cycle when Trump was running for president. Prior to him being elected and this shit falling apart, I was saying on No Jumper that I'm voting for Kamala, that I'm not voting for Trump. So again, there's no switch up when it became like unpopular. When back in 2024, I think that's when Trump was running for president. Yeah, back in 2024 was me actively saying I don't support this dude. You feel me? Right.
But again, that's the issue. The black journalist thing that happened in Chicago, the black journalist conviction, when he was being fucking despicably rude to the black journalist, Rachel Scott, and the black journalists there, was in 2024.
Of course. Yeah.
Those timelines.
No, wait though. Right here.
Not even to mention, that's 2024. His first term. The way he talked to those journalists. So I mean that can't be the switch, because his first term he talked to I can't think of the lady. Damn, I wish I could think of the lady's name. But I mean, talk to the woman like she just wasn't shit. So they couldn't have been it either. You seen him being disrespectful. His first term, you was here the whole time. Just say you was grifting and it didn't work, so you trying something different and you apologize, man. Anything else beyond that is just bullshit at this point. For real, it's just bullshit. You're just talking. I would rather you be straight up and say, hey, I was a shitty individual. I'm from Liberia. I came to America. I'm trying to get this money. I found that to be the quickest path to get some money. And us as being black Americans, a lot of us will respect that more, because a lot of us look for the quick money, look for the quick buck. I mean, now, true enough, y'all come over here and y'all get money. Y'all get the $2,600 a month and a fresh Social Security card, Social Security number and all that junk. You don't have to worry about your parents putting bills or something in your damn name. So y'all come in more with a 700 damn credit score and can start and hit the ground running. Where FBAs, we got to get it out the mud and make something work. So I'm thinking that the best thing you could have said, and this interview wouldn't have to be damn near an hour long or more. Hey, man, I was in it for the money. I had an awakening, and now I'm trying to do it the right way. I apologize for that old stuff. I wish I could have scrubbed it off the internet, but I didn't. But now I'm on this. Let's focus on what I'm doing now. And your outcome probably would have been a lot better, a lot less headache. Because right now, I hear you saying the same thing over and over and over. It's circling in the mud. You're just saying the same thing over and over and over. At this point, I'd have been tired of saying the same thing. I would have said, hey, bro, I'm already dressed and I'm done. You know, but I understand you trying to save face, trying to keep from being canceled and all that stuff. So you sitting here letting this man talk to you. And I ain't going to say he tearing you down, but letting this man, son you, because that's basically what it is. And you trying to answer, but your answers are all the same. And they're not really holding too much weight. I'm just saying.
But me disagreeing with how somebody conducted an interview does not equate to me supporting Trump policies. Because again, back in 2024, I particularly said, I'm not voting for him. And that was a public stance of mine, right? Again, that's no secret. That's a public stance of mine. I said, I'm not supporting him, right? Now, me having, I disagree with this interview or this here, that's not a stance of, hey, I support the guy. Because back in 2024, I was saying publicly on a 4 million sub platform, I do not support this guy. I'm voting for Kamala. All right. Now, all the other stuff, my brother, again, it's up to the people who is hearing this to say, he's changed. I believe him or not. But I'm just saying again, time will tell. I grew, I learned from it, and I apologize for all the other stuff that people heard from me, right?
I just want your thoughts on this real quick.
Yeah.
I just want your thoughts on this.
Sure.
Trump, bro, sign me up. Where do I go? Sellout. This man walked into a room for the National Association of Black.
Chat, y'all let me know if you can hear this. It's up as loud as it can go. Chat, can y'all hear it? Let me know. Y'all good? I'm gonna play it until they say they can't hear.
Go.
Sellout.
This man walked into a room for the National Association of Black Journalists, like hostile territory. And he walked in, not even shaking that man's hand the right way, bro. It's like you don't even want contact with him. Like, yo, based on this body language right here, bro, yo, you know she was gonna be on BS with Trump.
He's a little academic. He's just a Trump blazer for sure.
Trump stood in the fire and answered all the questions. Mind you, Kamala Harris hasn't done nothing like this and probably won't ever.
In such a horrible manner, a first question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network.
Yo, the aura is immaculate here. Yo, this is an away game. Yo, it's an away game and they're being hostile. And this man got so much aura, bro. Yo, he's winning over the room, bro. He got the audience.
Here's the crazy thing about this. This again was in 2024. So it's hard for me as a person that is overprotective of Black people, specifically Black women, because I'm raising Black daughters. I love Black women in general. For me to ever see a person as despicable, racist, misogynistic, and just disgusting as Trump and be smiling while he's disrespecting Black people, especially Black women, while he's rude, while he's trying to talk down to them. Again, it's a circular argument of the things that you supported, you're now speaking out against when they're unpopular.
Yes, of course.
And that was in 2024.
Yes. But again, me giving him credit for coming to the national, I think it was like the National Black Journalists Association, I think. I'm giving him credit for showing up. I disagree with how the interview was being conducted. That's
At
not.
any point, did you say that? Like, did you say, I just don't like the way this interview is being conducted? Because from that specific clip, it looks like just a bunch of glaze of Trump and agreeing with him disrespecting Black people.
Again, and that was, I think, like a 20-minute video of me saying, I disagree with how the interview was conducted because I felt like he showed up, right? And that alone to me is like you showed up in hostile territory, right? I disagree with how
it's only hostile territory because he's a racist.
Listen though, I agree with you, but I'm telling you at that time, right? Again, my critique of how an interview was conducted, now that being framed as me supporting him being racist, I think that's crazy. Because even during that era, on a 4 million subscriber platform, I was saying I was not supporting Trump during that era and during that time. I reacted to an interview where, again, I felt like he deserved at least some credit for showing up in hostile territory.
I don't think Trump ever deserves credit for anything he does personally. That's just me.
Yeah, right here, right? Look, bro, look. But I don't blame you for having that stance though, right? Again, I don't blame you for having that stance. I'm saying personally, right? Again, for the blatant stuff, right? That people say, yo, Flakko, this is foul. It hurt my feelings. I don't fuck with it. Yo, I apologize. You feel me, right? Like, not to nitpick, like the interview, like that was me giving him credit for showing up and doing an interview in hostile territory. For that was that's me reacting to that interview. In 2024, I been said I was not voting for Trump during that era. All right. So now, bruh, I can't address each and every interview, right? No, but again, I can say again, my brother, in 2024, that's when, if you watch No Jumper and if you watch his content, that was when, I began to unravel. I think even when I came back to the Thursday show, I think it was one Thursday show, it was me and Lush One. And even Lush said, bruh, what happened, right? You was this super conservative Trump guy. Now you're this. So people did notice the change, right? And again, I don't blame people for having this opinion when all they're seeing again is sound bites and videos. You feel me? It's like bits and pieces here for the last 5 years. Okay. I don't blame them for forming this opinion. I'm saying I take accountability for all those things. However, right? But however, brother, like I can probably, again, like I can't respond because, bro, I made like 4,000 videos, right, brother? I can't respond to 4,000 videos and say, well, that's a bad look, that's a good look. All I can say is this: my actions moving forward will show people where I'm at currently as a man. I've evolved, I learned, I grew. All right. I don't know exactly like my thing is like outside of the apology, outside of me saying, hey, I learned and grew. What else do people want from me? What's the next step? Right? Because, bro, again, I could discuss.
In my opinion, is this. I mean, I'll just keep it very simple for you. As far as black people go, I'm gonna just say black Americans, but as far as black people go, there has always been house niggas and field niggas. There has always been people that stood with black people and black people that did not stand with black people, that stood with white people, that still white supremacists, that sided with oppressors against us. We've seen that a lot coming from different immigrant groups, which is also a problem. So for you to have a history of siding with the oppressor, with white supremacists, with racists, with fucking Donald fucking Trump, with Nick Fuentes, with the Proud Boys, and you being an immigrant on top of that and talking down on black Americans, I'll just put it like this. There will be some people that it doesn't matter. You could save babies out of a fucking tree, or cats out of a tree. You could save a baby by getting ran over by a car. There will be some people that are permanently turned off by you and your content, no matter who you expose or what you do. Because it's not even an anger thing. This is a hurtful thing that somebody that a lot of people thought represented them, really was calling them Negroes behind their back and Pookies and Ray Rays and letting white people call them niggers, because that's what it comes down to. So I get everything you're saying. I appreciate you for reaching out to me. I appreciate you for having a conversation. I know this is just going circular at this point, but I just feel like it's hard if you're not black to understand the depth of betrayal of a black person that you trusted, that you extended trust to, for all this shit to come up and them be dogging your people, but then not even take accountability for it on their own terms. As soon as this shit came up, as you put out 5 videos a day, you could have simply put out a video addressing it. I know in extension, that's what you did, because you reached out to me, which again, I appreciate. And we had this discussion.
No, but even with the first video though, bro, like, again, that was me responding back to the criticism that my audience was throwing at me, right? Bro, if I would have saw like your first video, right, where like I think you said that you went through like each and every one, right? Right, bruh. Again, if I would have saw that, bro, I would have went through each and every piece you discussed, but I didn't see it, right, bro? All I could have responded to was what I saw, right? Because again, brother, I try. Again, we're all YouTubers, man, but I try not to watch videos where I feel like it's hate videos, right? So if I see a video that's saying like, you feel me, right, like Poetik, Flakko, da-da-da-da, I try not to watch it, all right? Now, I wish like somebody would say, hey, Flakko, yo, here is like a 20-point bullet list. Respond back to all of this. I didn't have that. All I could have responded back to was what people was telling me. Yo, we saw this like conservative path, right? We saw it, So I said, oh, fuck. Okay, cool. Maybe some people aren't like aware, because those weren't things that I was like, you feel me, that like, and like I was hiding, right? Because again, those was said and done and on No Jumper. That's like, that's 4 million subs. Those, right? And those are things that I said and on my channel, right? And like those things that I did like interviews about. So I didn't think that was something that people like was not aware of, right? Cause like those are very public things. But again, that's probably like my like naiveness of not really like fully understanding like, yo, there's a bunch of new people here who have never heard of me and on No Jumper. or you feel me, like, and or like heard of me and on like the real life street stars, right? Because again, those platforms are 4 million and 1 million. So I assumed those were things that people was, I guess, like already aware of, right? So again, like, that's my fault. I own that. I apologize to any and every black person, bruh, who seen those old comments and you feel me, and like felt betrayed. I apologize. I'm sorry for, you feel me, bro, like 1,000%. Like, again, beyond content, I apologize, right? I wrote you, my brother, because again,
That's the thing. We didn't feel betrayed by them comments. That was, to us, the real you. The people you betrayed was the people who were siding with you, the white supremacists, the Donald Trump, the Nick Fuentes, the Sneakos, the Myron Gaines, the what's the other boy name? The boy like say Niggly Bear. Can't think of his damn name with his ugly ass. You know, your cohorts that you was doing the cooning stuff with. The Cartier boys, the Hodge twins, Charleston White, because that's the reason why y'all started to get into it, because you switched up on them. You know, so I mean, we didn't feel betrayed, they felt betrayed. We just wonder why you brought your ass over here. And I think our consensus is because it's easy to go, it's less work to grift over here. I'm not gonna say it's easier, it's less work to grift in this direction. It's less work to grift from the liberal side to the other side. Not gonna say it's easier, just say it's less work. And like I say, because you have to sell your soul to do it the other way, to want acceptance from them people who don't look nothing like you. But to turn your back on your own people, that's hard, because you got to go to stores, you got to go shopping, you got to go different places. You can't sit up in the house all day. I mean, it seems like you do that since you drop 5,000 videos a day from that same chair in front of that couch. But you got to go outside every once in a while. You got to go get some fresh air. And if you don't turn your back on your people, somebody recognize you, and you're not hard to find because you're a big body. It's a lot more work to be racist that way than it is to stand up for your people and make it seem like you've been that way forever. So, like I say, man, just apologize and let it go, because there ain't much you can say that you ain't already said, and because you just really just repeating yourself. So I mean, no, it's not that we feel betrayed at all. We just want to know why the hell you back over this way when we know what you used to say.
I wanted to have the conversation and be held accountable.
And I was definitely open to the conversation. That's why I responded right back. Like, as soon as I got that message, I responded back.
Bro, like my thought process, bro, like, again, we are supposed to check each other. So 1,000%, listen, brother, if I was out of pocket, thanks for checking me, right? Bro, like, again, like, I don't have an ego, all right? Like, that's not me. Like, I don't have an ego, right? So I appreciate it. And if I had like the 20 bullet list, my brother, I would have responded back to each and every point. But I just responded back to what I could go off of.
Understood. Well, I mean, again, like, it's kind of like a circular argument. I mean, I appreciate you for addressing everything, for having the conversation. I think it was much needed, especially with everything that came out. I mean, any closing statements you have? I'm going to stick around on stream for 2 seconds to talk with everybody. Any closing statements you have for everybody in here?
Man, nah, man. Hey, man, folks, brother, you know, I do appreciate you, man, for having me on. I guess I'm not sure like how many people is in here, man, but for everybody watching,
2,700 right now, but it's like 3,200 a little earlier.
Right, man. Right. So, right, man. So, so to all 3,200 people, man, you know, I appreciate y'all. I learn, I grow, and that's all we can do in life. Again, I can't take back what people is angry about. All I can do is say, I apologize. I'm gonna learn and grow from it, man. You feel me? I appreciate y'all, people. And two, I do have a stutter, so right, like folks is like, bro, like he's nervous. No, again, I do have a stutter, so for that, If it was hard to get through, I apologize as well, okay? Peace out, folks.
Nah, I appreciate you for being here again, bro. Appreciate you. All right, chat. We are going to I guess recap. Can we call this a recap? I know there was some supers.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there too. You know, Houston talking about the man, he gone. You know what I mean? The man got the right to recap his video and everything, which is cool, you know, but y'all got it. Y'all heard what I heard. Y'all heard what I had to say about it. If I'm wrong, let me know. Get down in the comments, let me know. And I ain't finna make this no long ending either, because like I say, we heard. He said what he said, I said what I said, Drew said what he said. What y'all got to say about it? Let me know. Get in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all being with me. I know this was a long one, but hey, we got it in. Peace.